Everybody sheds between 50 and 150 strands of hair every single day. But what happens when that count starts to get higher than what you want? You feel like you've been doing everything the same and all of a sudden your hair is starting to shed. So you up the deep conditioning routines, you up the rice water rinses, but you're still not seeing the change. So what I'm going to share with you today is what I learned through my research and my experience on how to prevent that hair shedding and that hair loss. So stay tuned. I'm Daisha with Curl Logic, and if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. If you are looking for tips on how to grow your natural hair and really take care of it without spending a ton of time and without spending a ton of money, then go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. Click on the notification bell right next to it and you'll be notified when I post new videos. So today I'm talking about hair shedding. Now, hair shedding can be triggered by a number of different things. The most common things are changes in weather, changes in diet, and changes in your stress levels. But you can do some things to make your hair more resilient. So as these changes happen in your life, your hair is still doing what you want your hair to do. Now, most people, when they think about hair loss or they think about hair shedding, hair breakage, they focus on the external. So they start, putting a whole lot more moisturizer in their hair. They do more protective styles. They do rice water rinses. All good things to do. And I do rice water rinse about every other week. I have a video on it if you want some more information on how to make it and how to use it. Definitely good things to do. But if you're looking for something of a more permanent solution, then you have to start looking about what you're putting in your body, or more importantly, what you're not putting in your body. Think of it this way. When a parent is telling a child,
"Hey, little Leroy, don't you want to grow up to be big and strong one day? Make sure you put on your lotion."
Not exactly. They talk about make sure you eat your vegetables, make sure you get your sleep, make sure you get out my face so I don't have to knock you down a flight of stairs. So it's those kind of things that's really going to make a difference. It's about what you're ingesting and what you're eating and what you're not eating and making sure there's a balanced diet. So it's really what you're putting in your body that makes the biggest difference on your hair growth. Now, what you do afterwards, as far as like the treatments, the protective styles and all that stuff, helps to make sure that the hair that's growing stays in your head and looks all shiny and looks nice. So you need both of them. So I'm going to share with you the 4 things that I've learned that have really made a huge difference in cutting down on the hair shedding and also helping me with my hair growth. So the first thing is vitamin D. Now, most people associate vitamin D with bone health, but it also plays a really important role in the health of your hair. So your primary source of vitamin D, of course, is the sun. You sit out in the sun and your body absorbs the vitamin D. But the more melanin you have in your skin, the less your body can actually absorb that vitamin D. It kind of acts as a barrier, so to speak. On top of that, we're using more sunscreen than we used to, and we're spending more time indoors. So add all those up together and you end up with more than 1 billion people with a vitamin D deficiency. Now, when it comes to hair, your vitamin D focuses on the hair follicle. So have you ever seen a piece of your hair fall out or kind of shed and it has that little bulby thing on the end? That's a hair follicle. Now, what vitamin D does is it helps to make it stronger so it stays in your scalp, and then it also helps to produce more of them so it helps you actually have more hair. So when you have a deficiency in vitamin D, the hair follicles aren't strong enough to stay in, so the hair falls out easier and there's less follicles being produced, so you're having less hair. Those two together are just not a great combination. And I promise you, if more doctors would tell people that, hey, when you're vitamin D deficient, you'll also lose your hair, I bet you people spend more time in the sun. The second thing I'm going to share with you today is iron. So iron is really important because it carries oxygen to the cells throughout the body. So if you're not getting enough iron, then that means that the cells that are damaged, that need to be repaired, that need oxygen to stimulate growth, they're not getting the oxygen that it needs. So your hair is not getting what it needs. If it's weaker in some spots, it can't repair itself because it's not getting the oxygen. So it's more easy and more prone to fall out than if you had the right amount of iron. So when you think about your vitamin D and your iron deficiency, and basically any deficiency that's out there, what it is your body's not getting enough. So it has to take the amount that it's getting and do the important things first. And I don't care what's happening, your hair is at the bottom of the priority list. You've got brain function to support, you've got lung function, you've got all these good quality organs, you've got bones. There's so many things that these minerals and these vitamins have to do to help you sustain, that your hair is at the very end of it. So I will definitely say, don't try to fix this yourself. Go to a doctor and have them take a look at it. Have them run a full blood panel for you. Because what they'll do is, if you're deficient, they give you a higher dose for about a period of 8 weeks, run the test again, and then see where your levels are. If you get the normal doses of vitamin D and iron that are over the counter, it's not going to be enough to resolve the deficiency. So while you're taking in your 100% amount, you're deficient. So you're already in the hole, which means you're not going to stop the hair loss. I want to make a distinction between hair loss and hair breakage and hair growth. The first two things I talked about, your vitamin D deficiency and your iron deficiency, if you don't have enough of those two, it can lead to hair loss. But in the same token, you also want to do things that's going to help your hair grow. So that's where the next two tips come into play. The first one is, well, actually, now we're up to the third one. So the third tip is vitamin B complex. Now, most of your good multivitamins are going to have vitamin B in it. And if you look for like a hair, nail, and skin type of vitamin, it's going to have vitamin B too. It's mainly all going to have vitamin B. They focus very heavy on biotin, but you've got to look at all of the vitamin Bs because all of them have a different role to play. You've got your B12, your B5, your B7, your B1, your B2, which honestly, I had no idea riboflavin did anything more but be in Kool-Aid, but it's good to know it has a purpose in life. But all those B vitamins work together to help carry the nutrients through your body. And of course, through your body means to your hair. So it's important to look at the B vitamins as a whole and not just the biotin. The fourth and final tip that I want to share with you is the benefit of omegas. So there are omega numbers out the yaya. There's 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11. But the ones that are important for your hair are omegas 3 and omega 6. Now, they do two really important things. One, it helps with the thickness of your hair. So it helps each individual strand be thicker than it was before. And secondly, it helps with the hair density. So you end up with more hair follicles actually coming out. So it makes your hair thicker, more full, and shiny. You can't go wrong with the combination. But now I just gave you 4 tips. So essentially, you've got your vitamin D to help make sure the hair follicles are nice and strong and you're getting more hair follicles. You've got your iron to make sure the oxygen gets all through and does everything it needs to do. You've got your B complex to make sure all the nutrients get through your body. And you've got your omega 3 and your 6 to go ahead and make sure that your hair's thick and shiny and full. That's a lot. So, of course, everyone's going to say eat a balanced diet. Now, personally, I have a very balanced diet of mint chocolate chip ice cream and candy bars. But surprisingly enough, that's not enough to get me what I need. So I take a really good multivitamin. I don't mess with the hair, skin, and nail vitamins because most of the time they only have your B complex in it. And that's just not enough. Now in the description, I put in the different ones that I use. Now, I personally take 3 vitamins and I take the liquid form. And I'll tell you why. So your body absorbs liquid form better. There's some science out there that says with liquid vitamins, your body absorbs about 90-something%, where with physical capsules, it's about 14%. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know I can tell the difference when I take a vitamin, a liquid vitamin, versus when I take a capsule vitamin. Also, it moves and it works faster. So I can start feeling the benefit in about 2 weeks when I take the liquid versus a good 30 days when I start taking the capsules. But I know everyone's a little different. Some people they don't like the taste of things. Personally, I kind of suck at cooking, so my bar for flavor is pretty low anyway. So I'm fine with taking them. It's not, super tasty, but it's not gross either. It's just kind of okay. Now, when it comes to the omegas, though, I don't have a liquid form. And that's because I'm not just getting my omega 3 and my omega 6s. So omegas and fatty acids in general help a lot with inflammation. I'm a little on the clumsy side, so I've fallen down, I've hurt my knee, I've hurt my ankle, my shoulder, my back. I'm just really clumsy. I bump into stuff, I slip down things, it just happens. Because of that, my body just hurts sometimes. And the omega that I take has 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 11 in it. And honestly, if I'm going to have to take a pill, because I hate taking pills, I want to make sure it's not just going to benefit my hair, but it's going to benefit as many things as possible. So one parting thing I'll leave you with is be consistent. And I know that's easier said than done. There's so many things going on in life. You may take vitamins for a little bit and then you'll forget for a little bit. Personally, I have to leave a stash at the office and a stash at home. So this way, if I forget, I can take it in one place or the other. But being consistent will make such a big difference. Yes, in your hair, but also in your health. So hair is important, and I love hair. I love my hair. I love people's hair. But I'm also very concerned about making sure that people are doing what's healthy for themselves, because your health is more important than anything else. So pop some vitamins, see a doctor, see if you have any deficiencies, help them help you get it right. So once again, I'm Daisha with Curlogic. Be sure to click subscribe for tips on how to grow and care for natural hair. Also, if this video was helpful for you, go ahead and click like and be sure to comment below and let me know how it worked out for you. Have a good one. Thanks so much for watching.